you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNI news video. Now, I'm going to try and keep today's video fairly short. As you're watching this, I'm likely on a train heading up to New York City. I'm heading up to New York so that I can cover the New York Comic Con for you guys. Now, tomorrow, Thursday, October 4th, is going to be definitely the biggest day as far as news coverage. It's going to be when we get all the Hasbro reveals, plus, we'll just be providing you images and such of any new products that other companies that are in attendance there will be showing off. So, again, Thursday, the convention runs through the weekend, obviously, but again, for purposes of the websites, Thursday is going to be the big day. So just to give you kind of a heads up for you guys interested in like the Hasbro stuff. So Hasbro doesn't have a full presence at Comic-Con. They hold some media events with us on Thursday. That's why Thursday's kind of the big day. And then they will have some presence. They don't actually have a booth at Comic-Con, but like they do have a Star Wars panel that they're going to be holding on Sunday. And they're doing something at the live stage. They've got a live stage now at New York Comic Con, and like I believe on tomorrow they're going to be doing something for Transformers with the Bumblebee movie. It's only about a half hour, but the big reveals as far as like new stuff should be coming via these media events that they hold. So definitely you'll want to tune into the websites. And so things will start off tomorrow morning, Thursday morning at 8 a.m. And that's when we'll be doing a meeting with the Star Wars team, the Hasbro Star Wars team, and where they'll be talking about new products and showing off anything new that they have on hand for Star Wars. Now, if all goes well, and I can't 100% confirm this, I am going to try and live stream these media events, assuming that they allow it, and B, that there's enough Wi-Fi or cellular signal that I can get a signal out. I'm going to try and live stream it for you guys. So if I'm successful in that, then definitely you want to check out the YouTube channel here, because this is where I will live stream it. We'll embed the videos on the websites as well and such. But again, and like I said, I'm not guaranteeing it, but I am going to make that attempt to try and live stream it. And if they do it like they did last year, basically what they do is they invite a group of us into a room where there's a table set up. Usually the brand team members are sitting behind the table. They do some talking and take some questions, and then they have the new product out on the table, which we can then take pictures of and everything. So again, that's how they did it last year. Sometimes they've changed it up over the years, so we'll just have to it's kind of, we'll get there and we'll see exactly how it goes. But so 8 a.m. starts with the Star Wars stuff, and so any coverage of that will be up on JediInsider.com. And then 2 hours later at 11 a.m., and this is all Eastern time, so 11 a.m. is when the Marvel will be meeting with the Marvel guys, and they'll be showing off their new Marvel products. So if you're into Marvel Legends and stuff, definitely try and be around 11 a.m. At that point. Even if I don't get the live streaming up, I should be getting images up pretty immediately around that time. So definitely check out the websites if you don't see anything on YouTube. Definitely be checking out the websites around these times, because again, if I don't get video, we will at least be getting images up and showing you whatever new products they have. So 8 a.m. for Star Wars, 11 a.m. Eastern time for Marvel Legends. And then the final one for Transformers is going to be 1 o'clock p.m. for the Transformers. So that's when we'll meet with the Transformer brand team, and they will show off whatever new product that they have. So, and then in between that and after that, that's when we'll be covering other companies like Mezco and Bluefin Distributors, which will include Tomasi Nations and Storm Collectibles, and there'll be Square Enix and Diamond Select Toys. All those guys will be there. Super 7 will be there. A few others. Those are probably the main companies. Like companies like Mattel aren't going to have really any presence, but a lot of times Mattel will have some new figures on display at the DC Entertainment booth. Same thing with DC Collectibles. So I can't guarantee it, and it may not be anything we haven't seen before. I don't know, but there might be a few reveals for like DC Multiverse or DC Collectibles from the DC Entertainment booth, and then a couple, like I said, a couple other companies. Kotobukiya will be there, and Good Smile Company will be there. So and Sideshow Toy will be there, so we'll get some looks at Hot Toys and other Sideshow figures and such. Again, I don't know how, and with each of these companies, I don't know how much new, since we just had San Diego Comic-Con a few months ago, it's hard to say how much new product that they'll actually have on hand. It may only be just a couple new things that we haven't seen since San Diego, but, we'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, Thursday and then into Friday will be the main days of coverage. Be sure you bookmark the websites, and I will do, either at the end of the day Thursday or Friday, I'll do a recap video as well, highlighting the things that I was most impressed with and what have you. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are you looking forward to seeing this weekend? For you Marvel Legend guys, what is it that you hope to see from Hasbro this weekend? I can guess and say probably there's going to be some X-Men figures, Beast maybe, and a few others. But definitely, I wouldn't expect to see any Avenger 4 figures at this event. We will probably see the rest of the Captain Marvel figures. I wouldn't even be surprised if some corporate media site doesn't get the exclusive reveal. Maybe even as you're watching this, that's coming out on the internet today. I don't know, but probably we will see the remaining figures in that Captain Marvel wave. Maybe some more figures in the Avengers wave that they started to show at San Diego. So we'll just have to wait and see, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are you most looking for? Same with Star Wars, and same with Transformers, same with Mezco, the 112 Collective. What would you like to see from any of these companies? Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, now on to the news. Now I do have some news, some pre-New York Comic-Con news I wanted to share with you guys. So first of all, I just wanted to share some new official images released by the company known as Sentinel for their re-edit line. So they had previously been doing a bunch of Iron Man figures, and now they're branching out a little bit with Spider-Man, specifically Iron Spider or Iron Spider-Man, and this is the comic book version, not to be mistaken with the Avengers Infinity War version. But overall, this looks really good. I think they did a really good job with this figure. The only thing I don't really like about it is just how tall it is. This figure is going to stand about 11 inches tall, so I think that's even taller than most of the Iron Man figures they do. So I don't know why they made him so tall. It means it's not really going to fit in with much else, but definitely the figure itself I think looks good. I like the arms, which are removable and look to be articulated. He's got the mechanical arms that you attach on the back, and he's got both die cast and cloth material on the outfit. He's going to have interchangeable hands and stuff. So if you're just a fan of Spider-Man, this one may be worth checking out. It is up for pre-order at most e-tailers that carry the Sentinel stuff. So this will probably be on display this weekend at New York Comic Con, so we may get an additional look at this figure there. But like I said, if you're a Spider-Man fan, I think this figure definitely looks nice. One other quick bit of Marvel news I wanted to share with you guys on the Marvel Legend front. So it looks like we've got an update on the release date for that Marvel Legend Gamerverse 6-inch PS4 Spider-Man figure. So at least in Canada, it looks like that figure is going to be released on November 1st, so less than a month away. That's what's being listed on the EB Games Canada website. Now, this figure here in the United States is supposed to be a GameStop exclusive, and right now GameStop is still listing that figure with December 30th release date. I don't know if that's just a placeholder and they'll change it, but right now it looks like Canada is going to see that figure before we do, which honestly seems to be more and more the case with action figures. United States seems to be the last place to get anything anymore, but as it is, I just wanted to share that with you. Also, this package image of the figure, which I believe is the first time we're seeing the figure in package, has shown up on social media. I don't know the original source of it. It's not actually shown on either the EB Games or the GameStop website, but it has shown up on social media. MCU Collector is the one I first saw posting this picture on Instagram. So I'll put a link to him in the video description. But But you can see that the figure kind of is getting its own unique packaging. It's not the standard Marvel Legend packaging. And we've seen Game Reverse figures for the 3 3/4 inch line, which also had its own kind of unique packaging. So this is kind of more in fitting with that. But kind of cool. If you've been enjoying the new video game, I played it for a little while, and I got to be honest, while it was kind of cool, after a while it got a little repetitive to me, and I just kind of, the last time I played the game, which I spent like 3 hours playing, I put the joystick down, and I was like, man, I just felt like I just wasted 3 hours of my day that I probably could have been doing something a little more more productive. I don't know. I guess I'm just getting old or what have you. But like I said, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I just thought after a while I got a little bit of repetitive. But I do like, the look of this costume, and definitely interested in this figure. And like I said, at least in Canada, it looks like we're going to start seeing it at the beginning of November. Okay, moving on to Star Wars. I don't have a whole lot to share with you on that front, but I did want to let you guys know, those of you who collect the 6-inch Black Series, that the latest Target exclusives are available on the Target website. So this is the 6-inch Black Series Bespin Princess Leia from Empire Strikes Back, and then the Moloch figure from Solo: A Star Wars Story. So both of those are available for online purchase. They are hitting physical stores as well, but if you don't want to have to hunt around for them, then you can go on and purchase them online. The Moloch figure is a little more expensive than a normal Black Series figure, I guess because he's a little bit bigger character. We saw this with like the Gamorrean Guard that they did, and that one's going to cost $30. Now, I wouldn't worry too much. Most of the Target exclusives end up being pretty easy to find at stores. But if you don't, like I said, if you don't want to hunt around for it or not, you can go on and purchase them online. Diamond Select Toys announced this week that they're going to be doing product based on the new Netflix animated series Castlevania, also known as a video game, but specifically their products are going to be based on the animated series that's been running on Netflix. And they're going to be doing a wide range of products, so I would expect mini-mate statues as well as their 7-inch select figures. We don't have a lot of specific details. We might hear a little bit more about this at New York Comic Con this coming week, but my guess is we probably really won't see more on this until Toy Fair in February. But again, they did announce this week that they've got the license for the Castlevania animated series and will be doing product for that. McFarlane Toys announced that they're going to be doing Game of Thrones figures, and the most interesting thing about this is they list them as 6-inch figures. McFarlane normally does 7-inch figures. Now, Funko had previously done 6-inch Game of Thrones figures, and I think they put out 2, maybe 3 waves of figures. But it looks like McFarlane is taking over that license, and the first wave of figures is said to include Jon Snow, Daenerys, the Night King, and Arya Stark. Now, we don't have actual images of the figures, just this kind of renderings of them, and don't know how articulated they're going to be. But, if you're a Game of Thrones fan and you like McFarlane Toys, then you'll probably be pretty happy about this news. For you Aquaman movie fans, it looks like that DC Multiverse Aquaman 2-pack, I talked about it a few weeks ago in a video. Some images had shown up online, but now we've got official details. It is going to be a Target exclusive. It is available for purchase now on the Target website. This features Aquaman and Orb. Looks like the same kind of armor and everything. But basically, it's a 2-pack. Iron Man is wearing some armor, some battle armor. And even though it's not shown in these images, it's said to come with a backdrop diorama, like a little figure stand for him with a backdrop, probably with an underwater scene or something, so you can recreate them battling. Both figures come with trident weapons. And again, this is available now on the Target website for $40. And if you're a fan of Aquaman and the movie, you'll probably want to check it out. Now, Mondo this week released official images for their upcoming 1/6 scale Masters of the Universe He-Man and Skeletor figures. So we had seen these figures on display at San Diego Comic-Con, but now we're getting official images and details. So we're getting He-Man and Skeletor right off the bat, and these look like they're based more on the recent 2000 versions of the characters as opposed to the old classic versions. Now, right now, we're getting more details about He-Man and just kind of a preview for Skeletor. And with He-Man, he's going to be chocked with a bunch of accessories. He's going to come with his power sword. He's going to come with a sheath for that. He's going to come with his battle axe. He's going to come with an additional sword. And then he's going to come with 2 blaster-type weapons and a shield, multiple pairs of hands. He's going to have 2 head sculpts, one that's more fitting with the modern look, and then a classic head sculpt. So if you want the modern body with a classic head, you'll be able to do that. And then he's also going to come with, I recognize the creature from one of the animated series, the old Masters of the Universe cartoon episodes, but I don't remember the creature's name. But, you know, one of those creatures that we did see in the old animated series will also be included with the figure. Now, there's a Mondo exclusive version that comes with an additional head for Skeletor. Now, again, we don't have a lot of details on Skeletor, but like with He-Man, it looks like he's going to be based more on the more modern look. And then Skeletor will also have a sword and his staff, so he'll probably have other things as well, but that's what we're seeing right now. So, like I said, if you're He-Man, I don't really collect 12-inch figures, but I gotta say these do look pretty nice. Mondo tends to be pretty pricey with their stuff, but, you know, I think if you're a Masters of the Universe fan, these might be worth checking out. And they're doing some others. We saw some other figures, I think like Faker and maybe one other one. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they do plan on doing other Masters of the Universe characters in this scale in the future. So it's not just like the 2 figures and they're done. Super 7 this week announced that they're going to be doing 6-inch She-Ra figures based on the new Netflix series. Now they're going to start taking pre-orders for these during New York Comic Con, and I suspect we'll get a look at the actual figures there as well. Right now they just made the announcement but aren't showing off the figures. But as I understand it, these are going to be more collector-oriented figures based on the animated series, even though the series itself definitely seems like the animation style, at least, is geared more towards the younger kids. You know, so I don't know exactly how they're going to work these. It'll be interesting to see. Again, I do expect we'll probably get our first look at these this coming weekend at New York Comic Con. There is a big She-Ra panel for the animated series. And again, Super 7 is going to be doing 6-inch figures. That's how they list them, 6-inch figures for that. I suspect Mattel will probably do the main line, the stuff that's really geared for the kids that we'll see at mass retail, and then Super 7 will be handling the more collector-oriented stuff for the series. Okay, and then the final bit of news I just wanted to share with you guys today came out yesterday, and a little bit surprising, but then again, maybe not so much. But as it turns out, it looks like Toys R Us is not actually going to be going out of business here in the United States. That the investors, the lead investors in Toys R Us had a change of heart at the last minute before they sold off all the assets and everything in bankruptcy court. They changed their mind and just decided that the Toys R Us brand was just too valuable to do that. So apparently they are going to be relaunching Toys R Us and Baby R Us stores here in the United States. We have really no details on when that might happen, how they're going to go about doing it. Will they reopen the exact same stores that they had, or will they just start with different types of locations? Will they be, you know, large stores, big or small stores? You know, when will this happen? I'm sure if at all possible, they'd love to have it done before the holiday season, since that's their busiest time of year. But that's only 2 months away, so I really don't see that happening. But again, I don't know. Is it a good idea? Can they really, come back and be a viable business? I would say probably if they do it right. But also, I don't think it's necessarily going to be a given just because of the Toys R Us name, but we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, there's been a lot of other companies that have supposedly been working. We've heard things like KB's relaunching, and other chains as well. So, I don't know. We'll just have to see. But as it is, I don't know if it's, I know it seems like, oh my God, what was this, an April Fool's joke or something that went all year? I don't know. But like I said, they're returning. So if you thought you were going to have to grow up or what have you, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And when we get more details on this story, I will be sure to let you guys know. Okay, so that's it for today. Hopefully you will enjoy the New York Comic Con coverage. Hopefully we'll see a lot of cool stuff in the next few days. I will do an update video maybe Thursday, but more likely it'll be Friday. So I do hope you guys check that out. And then of course keep to the websites, and also if I do end up doing live streaming for like the Hasbro events, those videos will go up tomorrow. And then, but as far as my recap news video, that probably won't go up until Friday. But the websites definitely want to bookmark, because that's where all the images and everything will be going up instantaneously. And again, hopefully we'll see a lot of cool stuff. As always, leave a comment. Let me know about everything we talked about today. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel by hitting the button down below. Hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And you can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. Oh, and don't forget, we do have those contests. We have another contest going on TNI right now for another $100 store credit to either Big Bad Toy Store or Megalopolis. That's on our message boards on TNI. And then we're also giving away Marvel Legend figures. I've talked about this in several videos, but you've got another week on that contest as well. I'll put links to those in the video description. Until next time, guys, I will catch you later.